Welcome back, ladies and gents. The anniversary of VE Day, 80 years today since victory in Europe was proclaimed, people. The 2-minute silence was held a little earlier. Nice thing to see most people respecting it. It didn't really seem appropriate to be standing there filming everybody at a solemn moment. But interesting getting into the centre. I knew there would be road closures today, but we started in a new spot because this spot is rarely available. We are bang in the centre of Westminster Bridge, which is closed, everybody. Lots and lots and lots of sections of central London are closed today. The big service, VE Day service at Westminster Abbey, we're going to head there in a second. And of course, major road closures near horseguards because of that wonderful concert tonight that some people are, 10,000 in fact, people have been fortunate enough to get tickets for. Yours truly is not one of them, guys, but I don't deserve it anyway. Right, now this kind of semi-pedestrianisation is quite a wonderful thing to see. Look, this area that's normally full of traffic is today full of people. Yes, it is. So they've closed the bridge and it will remain closed, I believe, until either very, very late tonight or tomorrow morning. Definitely no scammers on the bridge today, I can tell you that. There are police vans galore all the way along Embankment as well. So let's head over in the general direction, folks, of the Abbey. I don't expect to be able to get close, but it's not going to hurt to show you all a little bit of the local architecture before we head to you all know where. Now, the thing is, I can't guarantee you where we can and can't exit. That's the potential problem, because the road closures are, pretty major, folks. They are pretty major. He's looking for his London City Walks cap. One more problem, I haven't actually had any made yet. Oh, hold on. It looks like we have a protest. Hey, a protest in London. What a surprise. What's this one? I wonder. That might in part explain why there are so many officers in this specific area. Stop starving Gaza, let the lorries in. Jews against genocide. Okay, this is a Jewish group that are protesting in favour of Gaza. Most interesting, the things one stumbles across here in central London. Gosh, very brave. And that certainly explains... Oh, well, hold on a flipping minute. Okay, we're getting nowhere near the Abbey, ladies and gents. We might not even get anywhere near horseguards. From back there, it didn't look as though this area was closed, but it is. The entire area of Parliament Square is sealed. Now, I'm guessing that's simply... Oh, look at this gent. Look at his absolutely splendid waistcoat. Fantastic. Look at that Union flag waistcoat. Absolutely outstanding. That's the best waistcoat I've ever seen in the centre. Okay. Lovely. Have a good day. He was quite bashful actually, went a little bit red. But I was being serious. Lovely. Okay, so I'm guessing they've decided to go full force with the security and closure because, yeah, folks, it's every single bit of it. Whitehall looks alright. But every single part from here all the way across the square, all the way to the Abbey, and likely all the way down Victoria Street, from what I'm looking at, towards Victoria Station, is sealed. Completely massive, sterile zone. I'm guessing just to protect events at the Abbey today. I know the royal family and lots of other people will be there. Right, let's see if we can actually get through this to our usual favourite spot. Now, even if we do get there, I can't promise you, folks, that there's even a King's Guard on duty, because, as I said, today is a very unique day. Actually, we've got a series of VIP vehicles parked on the lawns. I've never ever seen that before, ever. One second, look. I'll try and zoom us in, folks, using our super zoom. Look at this. Gosh. That's rather impressive. Oh, great. Now we've got somebody playing some pop music. Let me try and get out of this area ASAP, folks. Otherwise, we're going to have an issue with with this odd music that's being played. I can't even tell exactly where it's coming from, but hopefully it might be something that's already out of copyright. I have no clue. Yeah, Whitehall have got massive barriers in place. This is such a curious and unusual thing to be seeing here. Look. Huge, in fact enormous closures like we've never seen before. No wonder the area around the phone boxes is absolutely chocker. Let's go and have a quick look at that and then we'll make our way to horseguards. It's a teeny weeny bit windy, folks, not super crazy or anything like that, but definitely more so than a typical day, so I'm hoping that isn't going to play silly with the audio. Gosh, I kind of wonder what everybody's standing here at the barriers waiting for. What are they hoping to see? Now, if there's something big that I'm not aware of, then I'm the fool. I should have asked the police, actually. I will do so if I could spot an officer that's free. What's the procession? There isn't another military procession, is there, around the square? Perhaps there is. Oh, hold on a second. Before I head from here and potentially miss something significant, especially as all these people are sitting here watching.
You know what?
One second, guys. I've spotted a little space. One second. Officer, can I ask what the event is? Is there a procession around Parliament Square?
Procession, no. There's just a ceremony inside the Abbey.
What's everyone waiting for, watching? There's absolutely nothing happening, though.
They might come
Oh, well, you're hoping to maybe see royals coming out this way and go around. They'll more likely go the other way. They'll go that way to the palace. They won't be going that way. This way's closed. The bridge is closed, so there's no access anywhere that way. So they have to go that way. Yeah. So everyone's potentially waiting for nothing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, so everybody's sitting here waiting, guys, and there's absolutely. I didn't think there was, because there's nothing on the schedule. They're hoping to catch a glimpse of the. It's not going to happen, because if the royal convoy exited the Abbey, it's going to go potentially straight across here and onto Birdcage Walk, one would think. How exceedingly curious. I'm kind of keen to go the rear way into Horseguards, but Penny's just dropped I can't because it's closed. So there's no way. It would have been a nice little stroll down there, actually, come through the tunnel into the yard, but it's not going to happen. I think, to be honest, a lot of people have just seen other people, are therefore assuming that something is going to happen without knowing that it will happen. Somebody's taking advantage of the situation to ask for free cash from the tourists. It's amazing how many people profess to be homeless but have £300 trainers. They don't quite think it through thoroughly when they're preparing themselves for a day of begging. I kind of feel sorry for everyone, guys. I should maybe go and buy like a loud hailer and announce that nothing's happening. Everyone go home. She's on the phone. Apparently it's a certain Mr. Trump calling to report that the trade deal has been agreed, which she just threw the phone inside the box and slammed it shut. Lovely to see how much the tourists are valuing our national monuments. And this is, I believe, a listed heritage phone box. Oh, goodness me. Who's next? So this probably doesn't knock the box over against the wall. Damn, I need to move, guys. It's just too busy. Going to get too many heads in the frame. But I must admit, I am liking the enthusiasm, everybody. All of these people here for absolutely nothing, only in London.
No one's going for the bus.
The dude behind me is trying to sell bus tickets to a bus that can't go anywhere because all the roads are closed. And he's wondering why no one is interested. Oh my, this is... Sorry guys, excuse me. People are just standing there jabbering, blocking the public highway, and then they wonder why people have to slightly edge their way through. Anyway, yeah, this is where Whitehall will be sealed a bit later, folks. It's these massive, heavy steel barriers that are going to be pulled closed later this evening to make sure that this area is completely inaccessible, except obviously to military folks, their families, and important guests that have been invited for this evening's concert. Now, second big news of the day, obviously nowhere near as big a deal as the VE Day anniversary. The trade deal, folks. Later today, the President of the United States and the Prime Minister of our great United Kingdom will be announcing that a trade deal has been agreed between the United States and Great Britain. It's a big deal, folks. It's a very, very, very big deal in so many ways. We won't go into why it's a big deal, but let's just say that it's been under discussion for an awful long time, years even. So the fact that we potentially, on this day of all days, might well have an announcement that there is a trade deal. Big, big, big deal. And very symbolic, actually, that it's happened on this day of all. It wasn't terribly long ago that the trade deal with India was finally signed. So it's good to see that the government is potentially doing something right. Now, as I said, I have no idea if there'll be a kingsguard. I hope there will be. I can't think of a specific reason why there wouldn't be. However, on these days when there are an awful lot of people about, dressed in Union flag pyjamas, lady on the right, there's no guarantees. They might well have just decided to close horse guards today simply because of this pedestrianisation and potentially massive numbers. So it's a 50-50, guys. I promise you, I don't know. If I knew 100% there was no guard, I wouldn't even be outside, would I? Somebody has already taken the award for best dressed tourist before we even got there. Look, it's a gold overcoat. Now, I'm reasonably certain it's not actual real gold, folks. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't make it to the end of Whitehall. All of these bicycle robbers. But that will be probably our final little scroll, as it were, of the cenotaph. Apparently, road closures are in place this evening for the removal of the flags. A TV crew here, actually, with the presenter going over her script. Again, not entirely sure what they're waiting for, but... Oh God, what have we got here? Protest of some sort? I don't actually ever remember, even on Coronation Day, seeing this kind of security in place on Whitehall. Oh, 1 second. This is quite an extraordinary security cordon, is it not? Who's this, everybody?
Who died for our sins and rose from the dead and ascended to heaven and is coming back soon in power and in great glory. The King is coming. Waken up, England. We give thanks for every precious soul who died for our freedom in the First War and the Second War. We give thanks and honour to every one of them.
Kenny, been a while since we've seen him and had him on a video.
To the King of Kings who died for every one of us. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, died for everyone here.
Wow. Okay.
He died for me, a sinner. He died for you.
As usual, dear Kenny. Oh, wait. I can't get through here. Damn it. Wait, I need to walk around, I think. Let's see. Can I go through or I need to go around? Okay, alright, thank you. I wonder if I can fit through there, no? Is it too tight? Okay, cheers. Yeah, he said I'm too fat, the police officer.
You're leading this country on the highway to hell. We've got to get back to the Bible, back to Jesus in England, back to Jesus Christ in Great Britain. We must repent.
I mean, I'm not that big. I think I probably could have squeezed through, but fair's fair, I guess. Are we not thinking, folks, that this particular area should be permanently pedestrian? Actually, no. Because if it were, there would be huge issues with even larger protests. Gosh, look at this. How lovely is this? The lady in the chair with this absolutely enormous poppy. That is a fantastic thing to see, no? Right in front of the Women of World War II Memorial. I've never seen... actually, it's not a poppy, it's a rose. An absolutely gigantic rose. Wow, amazing. Beautiful. How lovely, actually. The press photographer is taking some shots. Also really nice to see, not only older people, and we've seen a few already on camera, off camera, but also younger people, like this gent wearing Union flag attire. Look at this, he's not only got a waistcoat, but he's got a Union Jack, or Union flag, sorry folks, not a Union Jack, Union flag bow tie to match. Wow. Quite the vibe here today, I must say, everybody. Very chill, very optimistic. But I know what you're all thinking, John. Is there going to be a guard? Oh, folks, I'm nervous as we approach. Have they completely closed horse guards down or not? Guess what? Guess what, everyone? There's a guard on duty. Yes, there is. The horses are in the boxes. Come on, this is an important day. Militarily, like no other, thinking about it. I was a little bit like, but they're still allowing traffic. This was a thing that kind of made me think maybe it will be fine. They are still allowing traffic from Horseguards Avenue here on the right to exit onto Whitehall. In other words, the Whitehall closure for the time being until this evening is only selective. It's not the entirety of Whitehall, which is good. Now, I timed it well today because we never know which troopers we're going to get. So I thought to myself, look, if we get there around about 1:30, we should then, in theory, end up getting all the troopers. In other words, 4 as a minimum, 4 different troopers, potentially 4 different horses, etc., etc. No guarantees, but that's what I was thinking. So here we are. Horse-wise? I think it's you guys today, actually. There are way too many people milling along Whitehall, folks, for me to be taking the phone out, in all honesty. Yes, there are police everywhere, but people on the electric bikes could still vanish pretty quick smart. Now, I have no idea, actually, if the yard is open or closed. I mean, the gates are open, so I mean it's accessible in that respect. Look. However, I don't see any tourists in the yard, and I don't know if any tourists will enter the yard either. I'm not even going to try because I'd hate to look like a fool for the police to say it's closed today, you can't access the yard, which in all honesty would be fair enough, would it not? Okay, so young Kenneth is here now. Look, Kenny's now here at Horse Guards. What's this lady trying to say to him? I'm not sure if she's sort of saying to him it's a bit too noisy for the horses. I mean, to be honest, it probably is a bit too noisy for the horses. Certainly drawn everybody's attention, and luckily everybody that was at this end has moved. They've gone. Golly, who's this handsome giant? One second, folks. I'm going to have to break my cardinal rule number 1 and actually quickly have a look at the hoof number. I've got an idea which one it is, but I want to be certain. 1 second. In fact, it could be one of 2, actually, in all honesty. Oh, damn, I still can't see. I need to be directly in front. 1 second. What's that? Take my picture, quick. Okay, you magnificent horse. I will do as you wish.
God bless you today. Jesus is Lord. He died for us. He loves us. Christ died for our sins. Don't forget
one has to admire Kenny's commitment to his beliefs, folks.
For us, that we can be forgiven. Trust in Jesus. Ask forgiveness. Follow Jesus. God bless you all. God bless you, sir. God bless you, young guardsmen. God loves you, sir. He loves you very much. Revelation chapter 6. Read it tonight in the Bible. Revelation chapter 6. Read it tonight, young man. God bless your life.
Gosh.
God bless you all today. God bless you.
Okay.
God bless everyone.
Kenny's blessed half of central London, I think, in
God bless your family.
the past half an hour. That's okay. They still haven't actually managed to get the hoof number. Obviously, it's in the sunshine. It's a little bit messy. I was hoping you might hear the horse make a noise, in which case I could tell you which one it was from the noise, but I still can't see. Oh, there we are. 1 second. I'm convinced it's Q10. The only thing is, given those similarities to Magnificent Opera, I'm semi-reluctant to announce it. I'm 90% certain it's Q10, folks. If we hear the tiger sounds, we'll know 100%. Somebody's moved. Now I can try and get a super clear picture of the hoof number. A couple of horses having a chat with the gent we saw earlier on with the Union flag. Is it Mr. Q10, folks? It is. Yeah. Oh. The second I say, he's like, yep, it's me. Oh no. I'm a little bit disappointed actually that we arrived at this moment because Monsieur 10 will be leaving shortly, couple of horse, and the gent with the Union flag. Lovely thing to see here at Horseguards this afternoon in the sunshine. Gosh, I mean Q10 is looking pretty chill. But we all know that he really hates it when there are too many people and too much traffic. So look at the difference in his, well, I mean everything, demeanour, body language, whatever you want to call it. He looks super chill. The funny animated tour guide just arrived. There he goes. He's already told everybody, do not get in that white box. 1 second, so where are they going to go then? To the other end for the pictures, possibly. And the interesting thing is that none of the tourists are going anywhere near Q10. He's like, yep, that's right. I'm actually delighted to see him back out, folks, because it could well be the case that we will not see Mr. 10 again for a long time. I hope I'm wrong about that, but given the fact that the Blues return tomorrow with their giant glorious horses, and I'm secretly hoping we might see Monty and Ormond, the lifeguards rolling out their special occasional horses over these past 2 weeks has been rather lucky for us all. I was absolutely not expecting for a moment that we'd see Q10 today. Very, very much surprised, folks, so you can tell from my voice. I want to go in the yard and check the temperature because they've moved the device, but no one's going in yet. Everyone, in fact, everyone is just, look. Oh, massive amount of spit and dribble. Looks like he just had a vanilla milkshake and dropped it all. He's a magnificently messy horse, isn't he, this one, folks? Always does that, just sort of chomps around and boom. Makes a big sloppy mess all over the place. Okay, would you believe we've actually got a tourist who's stepped up to the horse? Now others will follow, I think, slowly. It's really warm, actually. Like really, really, really warm. The vast majority are preparing to stand really far back. I'm not sure if it's because of that menacing growl. There's me here thinking, the weather forecast said it's 13 degrees. I'm here, it feels like it's more like 30, to be honest. I guess who's wearing a black top? Duh. Yeah, me. Not my finest moment, folks. There it is. Hello, tourists. Oh. That friend saying wide-eyed. She said, I can't. Of course not. It's flipping too bright. It's impossible to have your eyes open properly in this particular spot. This is why we always see the troopers squinting, and today is no exception. It's almost like ocular torture, folks, being in the boxes with this level of sunshine in your face. I really can't decide actually whether it's better to be in the yard for a dismount. The yard does appear to be open. I'll see what happens when everybody's told to get behind the bollards. Everyone is just admiring Q10's beauty, to be quite honest. The most royal looking of all the horses, is he not, folks? Hugely so. Okay. Let's leave Mr. 10 alone. He's happy. We've got a super set of images, one of which I'm sure will be absolutely perfect with Mr. Q10 looking hopefully at the camera. No guarantees, but it's a bit of a squisher this end. Hold on, I don't mind standing in the road because as I said, this part is semi-closed, but squishing hell. Look at this. It's actually properly busy here. Nice just to get a little bit of clear footage. Oh, hold on, miraculously everybody just moved as I walk over. You would not have believed it, would you? I was thinking Zorbs to start with, but now I'm not sure. What do we think, people? Zorbs? Actually, the other thing is how long have we got? 1 second until 9 minutes, actually.
Yeah, he said his name the other day. Yeah. Well, he said
until they're going to change over. I understand actually why a few people are in this corner. This corner's in the shade, which makes a big difference on a day as warm as this. Now, I'm not sure if it really matters today, given the absence of tourists near the box, but this is the trooper who was super loud with his massive shout last week that we caught right into the camera. Yes, we did. I don't think, in all honesty, folks, we're going to have too many people going up. And I think the reason for that is with the corporal of force standing at the front gate, officers just inside the gate, and a largely empty forecourt here, or frontage, I think most people are assuming that the yard is not accessible, and nor is the area beyond the bollards. I mean, it is, but you can understand why people think it's not. Perfect day, actually, to get pictures here. The light is beautiful. It's warm. Yeah, it's packed, but as you can see, hardly anyone's going beyond the bollards. So any tourists that are out not expecting, unexpecting, is that even a word? Unexpecting. Let's just change it to not expecting. Not expecting. The closures have gotten themselves very lucky. They're more worried about getting themselves back to the office after lunch than posing with the horse, in all honesty. Or so it would seem. Good thing actually to see the corporal of force out. So he was chatting with the tourists a bit earlier. I dare say today of all days he's more than happy to answer questions asked respectfully. This bro is in the corner of the box, but you know what? I think it's going to be pretty chill today, in all honesty. Unless somebody gets really close and or tries to maul the horse. I don't think we're going to be seeing massive shouts. But you know what? Sometimes massive shouts are not needed. Today of all days, would it not be lovely to have an entire video with no one breaking the rules and getting shouted at? Okay, here comes our orderly. There she is. Very familiar orderly who's going to open up the boxes for us. Still can't decide whether I should be in the yard for the dismount. Oosh. What do you think, people? I'm a little bit in the air. That's the only aspect that I do miss about the lives, because that way I used to be able to ask you what should I do and you used to be able to tell me. You would vote on the options.
yes, I'll be around. I won't.
Little pat for horse here, and almost everyone is still respectfully behind the line, out of the way, leaving the chief to enjoy the sunshine and have a chat with the police. To be honest, folks, unless I get like really far back, it's impossible to get the tourists that are posing in the frame. I can never typically stand this far back actually because we get heads in front of the camera all the time. Ta-da! Oh, my partner's pulling her back. Don't go into the box. Smart. Very smart, in all honesty. The funny thing is, actually, today is supposedly the last cool day, folks. I mean, at least that is what the weather told us. But when I say cool day, I mean under 20 degrees. From tomorrow, we're ratcheting up big time again, going into next week. We'll hit the mid-20s, possibly high 20s by the middle of next week. Lucky it turned back to warm again quickly now. All those coughing, spluttering people that we had out and about on Monday unfortunately vanished. No coughing and no spluttering today. Still waiting to see if actually anyone without an army ID is allowed in the yard. I don't want to be the first one that sort of decides to march over to watch the changeover, only to be told, no sir, get out. Rare that we see so many people standing so far back now. And still not one single person's tried to enter the yard, so I've got no idea. A lady with a beautiful sari actually on my right, so she'll go forward. It's probably the single most colourful and glorious outfit we've seen here. Look at this. Amazing, no? Folks, look at the colours. Super bright. Fantastic, actually. Really, really, really beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so here's the trooper that hopefully is going to tell everybody shortly to get themselves back. It's oddly active here, folks, but the wrong side of the camera. I should have mounted the camera on the back of my head today, in all honesty. So many veterans coming along and speaking with the corporal force and shaking his hand. Lovely thing to see.
Mirá, ma, estamos en Londres. Mirá, bate arriba. Sí, ma. Me pica la pata.
I've still got no clue, folks, whether or not the yard is accessible. No idea. Actually, even new faces with MOD. Chap on the right I've never seen before. Oh, so this brother's off his head with that t-shirt on. A lot of people here taking pictures of the sky, which is a little odd. I mean, like, kind of why? It's not that interesting, is it? I guess because few people have ever seen a sunny day in London. I'm actually in the completely wrong spot, folks, for this pending changeover. Let's get myself out of there and toward the other end. If I do see anyone into the yard, I'll follow. But I do think Q10 is potentially a more interesting changeover subject than the dismount in the yard. What do we think? The usual thing is sticking his tongue out at us.
Oh!
The other horse is completely out of the box, 100%. His entire self. I suppose if this trooper pulls Q10 out that far, he's going to likely be outside the box. I'm seeing people going to the yard, but they're all flashing ID cards, so I'm pretty sure it's not accessible. But it kind of makes sense that everyone's being kept at the front here today. I have no idea how that's going to impact tomorrow morning's changeover. I think we'll likely get the Blues arriving along Whitehall. Okay, now what's happened, the reason Q10 is having his little moment again is that behind us, even though the road is closed one way, buses have got themselves backed up a little bit. But to be honest, he's normally pretty chill when the back doors are left open. Flipping hell, he's really enjoying playing that bit, isn't he, today? Massive group of noisy Dutch students behind us. That, I think, is why he's reacting. Oh. I keep thinking the trooper's going to hit the panic button. Oh, flipping hell. Whoa. Flipping. See what I mean, guys? How quick it can all go wrong. Oh my goodness me. Thank God I was looking over the camera then. All I saw is the horse's face coming to the camera. I was right behind the boller, but that still scared the life out of me. Oh my goodness. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to fix myself 100% at the bollard. That was really scary. I think that even took the trooper by surprise. Can't wait to rewatch that and see how close Q10 came to the camera. What a cheeky little scoundrel, eh, doing that to me. He definitely did it on purpose. First he's sticking his tongue out, and then he pretty much decides to semi-charge the camera. Like, what? Okay, got another super duper trooper taking over. Will he be on Opera? Oh, wouldn't that be lovely, folks? Q10 to be replaced by Opera. Probably not, but you never know. It's the trooper that was on Opera this weekend past. Q10, you little scoundrel, look. He's a proper scoundrel, isn't that one? Mischievous. Okay, good we didn't try and go in the yard because it is closed. A dismount with no tourists present, folks. How glorious is that? Right, who have we got here? Can't see if this is Opera. Oh, yapping. Chat. 1 second. Let me quickly grab us a picture, folks, of the hoof. Just in case the hoof, of course, decides to have a meltdown and disappear again. Wait. Oh, there's a bit of a mush. 1 second. So, there's still a ton of people at the front here because the change is still ongoing. 1 minute. Now, instinctively, it's a tough one. It's not Opera, I can tell you that. I don't want to take it from the hoof number, it's not clear enough. I'll try again, folks, in a few minutes where I can be directly in front. It would have been amazing actually to see Opera follow spectacular Q10, but sadly not. Not today anyway. Right, 1 second. Okay, so the chap that was here a second ago. Let me just see if I can quickly get the hoof number, guys, to get you an absolute 100% confirmed ID. Now the horse is clipping all over the place. Wait. Oh, look at that. Trooper telling people to get out of the boxes. I'm behind the bollards, which for the moment, folks, is firmly where I'm going to stay. This one, Honestly, I don't want to guess it, folks. It could be several. It's either going to be Vengeance, Vesper. One of the V's is what I think, which also I think it is one of the V horses. Yeah, the hoof is just... Instinctively, if I had to guess, I'd go with Vengeance. But I'm happy to be corrected in the comments, folks, because there's a certain number that can very often like another number, and that's when the confusion comes in. So I think it's Vengeance, but if it's not, I'm pretty sure it's Vesper. Wait for somebody to say, John, it's neither, it's, I don't know, Trinity or whatever. But anyway, that's my guess, and I'm not going to change it. Good to see this particular trooper back here, actually. He's had a hell of a lot of time in the boxes in the past week, and I'm sure you'd all agree, folks, he's led the way in terms of making sure the tourists do as they're told and stay out of the boxes. I mean, if you were just sort of briefly wandering through, not even intentionally, a minute ago, and he's telling them to get out of the box. Love it. Not quite as much as I liked Q10 was like, I'm going to make you photo of the day in his mind. Now he's going to joke with the other horses near the stables that, you know, the idiot that always films me when I have a meltdown. I scared the life out of him today. Lots of people wearing proudly wearing medals, and rightly so. That's why I actually decided, before I switched the camera on, to pull out yesterday's beautiful little section, because I don't think all of you saw it, with the veteran having the horse pulled closer for a picture. I'd love to have actually seen that picture. I should have asked him, in fact, when I spoke to him, how did the picture turn out, because it looked, from the spot I was filming at, as though he got an absolutely beautiful picture at the other end. I hope as well that he might well have found the video. I should have mentioned it to him, in fact, that he was going to be on a video. I think a lot of people like that because it's something that you can share with your family, and possibly that video could stay out for decades, possibly forever. Now, I will make sure, even though we're concentrating at this end, to spend some time at the other end as well. Like I said, guys, this is primarily a peaceful filming of horsey behaviour kind of video today. In other words, the peaceful antidote to what we've been seeing in the past couple of weeks. Very chill day. Okay, let's have a look at the other one. We can always come back. Another one is... Oh, actually, you know what? The other one, I can tell you who it is, folks. I didn't even need to move to tell you which one it was. We've got beautiful, magnificent Mr. Titus back at this end. Look. How do I know? Well, funnily enough, guys, it's that absolutely spot on, almost dagger-like. Actually, you know what? It's not a dagger, it's an icicle, isn't it? Mr. Titus's blaze. I think, yeah. Definitely looks more like an icicle than a dagger. Now, the annoying thing, and it is annoying, is that we've got two of the lifeguards' finest no-nonsense troopers here on Titus, and as I said, I believe on Vengeance at the other end, but not a single tourist for them to deal with, which I guess in some respects is good for them, but I tell you what, not one single trooper I've ever spoken to has said that it goes any quicker when there are no idiots. In other words, distractions make the time go by a lot quicker in the box. Because bear in mind, folks, an hour might not seem like a lot, but if you think about the time this video started to when it ended, that entire time sitting on the horse, a stationary horse, by the way, in the same spot, it's a long time. Okay, yeah, they've got indicators if they're paying attention, because it's very easy to get distracted, as I always do. The indicator obviously being the bell, 15 minutes, so they can easily get an idea of when they're finished. But other than the bell, nope. But just soaking up the atmosphere, actually, today's the main reason I came out. I think what I will do, if we don't get any tourists coming along, is not go for the full hour plus. It's nice to see the horses when they're happy and not being bothered, and the same with the troopers. But at the end of the day, if we're not going to get participants, folks, what do I mean by that? I mean, tourists interacting. What I was really hoping for is somebody proudly, it being VE Day, posing with the horse and the trooper. That might have happened at some point this morning, I guess, but I haven't actually seen it today yet. Because everyone, and I mean almost everyone, look, is way back. It's not that there's a shortage of people, it's just that there's a shortage of interaction. I wonder what the horses think actually when you compare, for example, yesterday and the interactions that we saw here. And there were perhaps not as many as we would have typically have thought, but there were a lot. Bearing in mind it was a guard change yesterday compared to today. Because Titus was out yesterday and there were plenty of people getting pretty close. Oh, they're talking. The horses are talking to one another. Curious, no, folks? I'm sure that's what it is. People are thinking to themselves they're not allowed to get any closer.
No, that's fine. I'll go around the block.
In other words, the box is working too well. But then again, that's because it's highly visible. I mean, how often is it that I can stand here? Look, if I go back, I'm now very close to being right at the centre bollard. Look at that.
Slight difficulty is I'm not sure she can.
Actually, you know what? This isn't a bad spot to film from because we almost never, ever get to film from this position. Oh, a little nod for the trooper. Lovely. We almost never get to film from this spot because there are too many people here and heads going into the camera. A lot of you said you want to see the entire box and people's interactions with it. Well, there it is. Zero interaction with it. It would be great if the box was painted in a hyper bright colour so that even on busy days it stood out. And I'll do the same at the other end shortly. The police horse is strutting very slowly down here actually. I think that's what's happened. The two horses have noticed the police horses are coming. Curiously, they're coming to this side of the road. I say curiously because they can't actually... Oh, sorry, one-way traffic. They have to come this side of the road. I was just thinking they can't actually enter the yard because there's nowhere for them to go. Oh, look, we've actually got a tourist, that remarkable rare sight of a tourist. Which two have we got? Look at these two. Oh, this one's a beauty. Wow. I don't recognise the one that's closest to the camera, folks. I'm sure one of you will. They should actually bring out maybe 12 and arrange them in order. Every second horse being a grey, like a piano keyboard, strutting its stuff along Whitehall. It's okay. Okay, that's unusual language, folks. Anyone know which one that is? Not one I recognise. Let's hope he doesn't shout at her. I said I didn't recognise it. I know which language it is. Sorry, everyone. They're Polish. They're speaking Polish. It's always the bluesjay that gives it away, which means closer. Bluesjay or dobra. That's a great shot, actually. Look, come on, Titus. Look at her. She deserves it. They're all looking at the line, which is great to see. Okay, next one up is Rich. This will be the one that goes into the box. Actually, that one. Walk straight through the box. Actually, I think she might be staff. It's very elegant, actually, her outfit. Noticing there's a portrait, perhaps, of a family member. Beautiful thing to see, actually. There we are. That's how best dressed, folks. At least among the ladies. Who's next? Oh. Bro's in the box. Had to be a bro with his cap on the wrong way around, didn't it? That was a serious like Chad moment for the blue cap. Damn Chad. Anyway, there goes our video with not a single person being told to get out of the box, folks. My apologies. I probably should have finished the video 5 minutes ago when everything was looking pretty consistent and well behaved. Okay, she's back and in the box this time. Ish. I think the trooper's like, should I, shouldn't I? That isn't really in, is it, I guess? It's only partially in. That's just like the tip. Lucky. So we all know I've got a weakness for well-dressed people going in the box, and then looking disgusted when they're told to vacate it. That's the ideal. That's the dream shot. Get out of the box, only for a look like, what do you mean? How dare you speak to me like that, bro? Just looking at the other end, actually there's actually no one at all going to the other box, which I can't understand. They're all here. I say all, I mean there's not that many here, but at least there are some. Oh. It's a good angle, actually. There's an eccentric gent on a video call with headphones on, old style. 1 second. On the left. Overjoyed at what he's showing his friend. I just thought that bro with the Santander bike there was about to march it straight through the bollards toward the box. He stopped super abruptly, just the right point.
Oh, I can get a better shot. There you are. I've got a different shot.
Absolutely love that. In fact, it's got classic old Sennheiser headphones on, ones that used to have the little black foam ear coverings. Kind of thing that you'd expect to see 25 years ago. Wait, surely it's not almost time Hold on. Oh no, actually wait, I think the orderly just remembered that she didn't close the boxes. At 20 minutes past the hour, better late than never, I guess. Yeah, she definitely just realised. I've asked it to move because although it's quiet at this end, there are at least some people. The other end, it's tourist vacant. If the horse moves, she's going to jump out of her skin. A lot of veterans here today. I wonder if they're not going through the front gate. Way too early for the concert, which I think it starts at like 8 or something tonight. Down in London, I guess. At least the weather is absolutely perfect. To be honest, today for being a spectator at an outdoor concert. For all of you watching this, which will be published before that concert, the entire concert is being televised live on BBC, folks. And even if by some miracle I had been able to attend, I wouldn't be able to film it anyway, so it's good that the BBC are covering it. Plus they'll do a far better job than any one-man band outfit could ever do.
Yeah.
It's a real pity, actually. I've seen a few, and I really do mean a handful of people at the other end, but hardly any. But I will finish up when the video hits just over the hour shortly. I'll finish up, folks, with some footage at the other end. The chap that's very wary of getting too close, and rightly so. Oh. Luckily, this veteran at this end is allowed to stand in the box and to touch the horse. Why? Because he served. I didn't notice when he came along whether or not it was HCAV tie, but he and the trooper are having a chat. He's allowed to pat the horse, and rightly so. As I said before, folks, I think exceptions should be made for police and ex-military if the trooper's happy, I guess. Great thing to see. Leave them to it. I don't like filming that too closely because it feels a bit intrusive. After all, it is a private conversation anyway between the trooper and his visitor. I mean, it might even be a family member. Another chap that just went over got told, oh, she's asking if she can put money in the boot. He said no. Yeah, she asked if she were allowed to put money in the trooper's boot. Second ask. Ah, interesting actually. She got coins. Second. Did you ask if you could put the money in his boot?
I did.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, you know. Sometimes they're like, yeah, absolutely no problem at all. Other times,
Yeah, you see it on the internet. That's why I
yeah, it's still it kind of depends. The older troopers that have been in for a long time are a little bit more like no thanks, whereas some of the newer guys are like, okay,
got
yes.
it. They don't want to.
Because the problem is if they say yes, you can put the
Then
money in.
everybody can.
It's not just that; it means that you're giving you permission to walk into the white box.
I see. But you see it on YouTube all
Yeah.
the time, and it's hilarious because sometimes have you seen it?
Yes.
The horses will go after people.
So is that the deal? You can't walk with anyone?
Yeah, that's what he was just screaming at. The guy with a milkshake just walked himself into the box and was.
Stay away from the kids.
Years ago.
Isn't that what you said?
No, these boxes have only been there for, let me think, 7 months or so, give or take.
I was going to say. Yeah.
Because it was just getting ridiculous with how many people were pouring the horses. So yeah, hence the white line.
Thank you, Brad.
Pleasure, guys. Enjoy. Okay, folks, so we luckily hit pretty much the exact hour, and we got a shout at this end whilst we were busy speaking with the lovely tourists from the US. Yeah, she had a handful of coins. That would be interesting one, actually, to hear the sort of jangling of coins as they fell into the trooper's boot. Yeah, I don't actually personally recall hearing coins being dropped in. Getting a lot of people actually giving a thumbs up or a salute or a raised doffed cap or whatever at both ends. From it being pretty quiet earlier, it's now gone a little wildly busy. I'm just keeping an eye on the time. We might be able to go a teeny bit over. Sorry. But I don't want to go too over, otherwise the video won't make it today. And it is important that this being a unique day, we publish the same day the footage was taken. Well, it's important to me. So we'll see. Anyway, we've just hit 1 hour on the dot. It was some bro with a milkshake at the other end who got shouted at. I don't know if he was doing that intentionally for like a TikTok reel or something, but he seemed a bit of a smug twat, in all honesty. He was getting close, but then he got way too close, and that's when the trooper had to shout. This one's in the box. Should the trooper here? He just completely ignored her. Oh, look at this, folks. Goodness gracious me. 2 of London's most senior officers here at Horseguards. Now, the gent at the front in red is Garrison Sergeant Major Stokes. Legendary figure, in fact, in the military. The gent behind him, apologies folks, I don't know him. If anybody does and would like to post his info rank, please go ahead. They're very, very senior, well-known public figures in the military, so there's no issue at all, folks, with publishing or mentioning their names on this channel. Gosh, quite the day, to be honest, everybody. Very different to yesterday, but in some respects, superior to yesterday. Lots of police outriders as well. Anyway, I did say, didn't I, that I would finish up at the other end. Yes, we've still got one-way traffic. As you can see, that way toward Parliament Square is still sealed, locked down, closed, inaccessible. So, our kind of final, give or take, 5 minutes. We'll get on the corner and talk over the mini spammers, folks. So, do you want to?
No.
You sure? I thought we were going to get a picture. No? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Done? All right, thanks a lot. Okay, I thought somebody else wanted to go in then, but they already got their picture. Now, milkshake slurping bro has decided, fortunately, folks, to move himself on, which is good. I'm trying to see actually if there are any particularly distinguishing marks, but this horse is almost completely teeny weeny specks of white on the rear hoofs. So I will defer to you experts, folks, for positive ID. Okay, wow. The horse is going to be thinking to himself, that's the first time I've ever seen a leopard. Oh, goodness me. I mean, I never would have thought a leopard would be scared of a horse. Would you? I've got no idea. I think they're speaking maybe Serbian. That was like super panic, in fact. She was mega nervous. I'm moving back a bit further, guys, just because for the moment... Oops, sorry, guys. There's only to be right at the front. Okay, I'm now seeing the difference. Thankfully, a lot of you mentioned that the difference between the corporal force and lance corporal force is well, there are two differences. One, on the headgear. Corporal of Horse has one more, I don't know how to call it, stripe line. Apologies guys if I'm getting the terminology wrong. But also the difference between that cloth crown and the metal crown. Plus, yours truly wasn't even thinking there was a difference between a lance corporal and a lance corporal of horse. That now explains it. Because I was forever thinking to myself, how is it that two chevrons can be the same as three chevrons when it clearly isn't? So now we know. Corporal of horse, lance corporal of horse, 3 chevrons. Lance corporal, 2 chevrons. I think this horse is going to be permanently left alone actually. Look, since we came to this end there's no one here. They've all decided no. So, last couple of minutes we'll be back where we started folks, which is actually on my way home anyway. She's in the box. Twice he told her. He didn't shout. I think he would have done the third time. Move back. I think you all heard that just about. Yep, Trooper's having a sigh. I know how he feels, folks, and I'm just filming. Oh, here we go. She's straight in the box.
Move back!
Okay, luckily the younger generation that's with them. She's now giving her a looking. Look. If anybody could translate, folks, that would be much appreciated. Any Mandarin speakers in the chat? Presuming they're speaking Mandarin and not Cantonese. Golly, that was a flipping massive shout, I think is the best way to describe that. I'm almost into the video. Just well, let's switch the camera off, I guess. I think they from the way they responded, the body language and the laughing, they were nervous. I don't think they were like taking the you-know-what. I just think they were nervous at having been shouted at that loudly. And of course, when they were told, and the rest of their group clearly did tell them to move back, they did so. Fair enough. Simple cultural misunderstanding. If I'm wrong, folks, based on a translation of what was said, correct me, but you heard everyone here as part of that group were telling them straight away, get back, like, move away, get out of the box, etc. Oh, Kenny's back, everyone. He just he just went to stand in the box.
England needs to get back to the Bible, back to Jesus in England. God bless you, sir. Jesus loves you, young man. Revelation chapter 6. Read it tonight, please. Revelation chapter 6. God bless you. All you officers, Revelation chapter 6.
Kenny's he made the trooper laugh. He started laughing.
God bless you today. The King is coming. Hallelujah. Repent. Repent. The King is coming.
Is actually laughing. Oh goodness me! In fact, everyone is to be quite honest. Gotta love Kenny, honestly, folks. Yeah, we laugh, but he is an absolute sweetheart and somebody of a national treasure in the making. I would say. Yeah, I didn't quite get it cleanly, but the trooper was really laughing. I mean, not just smiling, but he was actually actively laughing. Because let's be honest, if everyone around on the ground here is laughing, it's infectious, is it not? Guys, we're at the end. A very, 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 very positive ending to today's video. Not the Chinese moment, but the rest of it. I'm just going to see. Yep, here we are. This veteran is going to pose proudly. That's what we were hoping for. The absolute perfect end to a perfect day. V-Day with a veteran. Brilliant stuff. And a little nod of respect, folks. I'm out of here. That's what we wanted, that's what we got. And I'll be back probably, well, I certainly hope so, tomorrow. But, wow, quite the afternoon. Back soon, people. Bye for now.